Do you ever wonder what life would be like if you actually took YouTube seriously? I've been wondering that a lot lately. If you're anything like me, you spend a lot of time watching the YouTube educators like Think Media, Katie Steckley, Jade Beeson, and more. If you clicked on this video, you probably love learning about YouTube and seeing creators grow. I've been on YouTube for a couple of years now. I'm a social media manager and a video creator for small businesses, so I spend a lot of time online and a lot of time creating content. I love creating videos, and a part of me has always wondered if I could stretch my creativity and create long-form content for myself. The problem is I've just never stuck it out. I've never committed to it. This week, something changed. I discovered Alexa Saarenoja, a new YouTuber who is on a journey of getting monetized in 10 weeks or less. She shared a video today of the strategy that she's using, and I found it really inspiring and decided I'm going to try her strategy for myself. The gist of it is I'm going to try posting 3 videos a week for 10 weeks until I get monetized. This is definitely going to be a massive time commitment, and I have failed at committing time to YouTube in the past. However, I have noted what were my big challenges in the past that made me not able to commit to YouTube. If you stick around till the end of the video, I'm going to share those challenges with you. To get monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours in the last year. Now, I do have a major head start because I have 1,300 subscribers at the moment. I have a couple of YouTube shorts that have done well and that have earned me those subscribers. However, it is my watch time. My watch time is dismal. I have 25 public watch hours in the last 365 days. 4,000 and 25 are two vastly different numbers. So our big challenge over the next 10 weeks is to try and get those public watch hours up and build my community so that we can reach the threshold. So even though this series is starting off a monetization journey, of course, I understand that YouTube is not a get-rich scheme. I create videos because I love creating videos, and I just want to challenge myself to take it seriously for the first time in my life and to just go for it. YouTube is actually a legitimate job now. If you're willing to commit the time and put in the strategy, you can actually build a career off of it. Obviously, not just from YouTube monetization itself. There's all these other factors which we will explore over the next couple of months together. I think by putting a specific challenge in front of myself and a goal, it's going to help me take YouTube more seriously and create some really good routines and best practices when it comes to creating videos. For me, creating this challenge is one of the only ways I can see keeping myself accountable to taking YouTube seriously. This channel is for people that are just starting out on their content creation journey. I'm here to help you with the basics of video editing, filming, and of course, we are going to learn about this whole YouTube thing together on this journey. We're going to keep things really simple by mainly filming on our phones and using free editing software. I will sprinkle in some videos where I talk more about gear if you're ready to advance to next stages, but in general, we're going to keep everything very approachable. Whether you're a busy mom, a business owner, or you just want to start a creative project, we are going to learn all of the basics of video creating together. My goal is also to share with you YouTube growth strategy. I'm going to share every step of this monetization process with you, so I'm pretty sure we're both going to learn a lot along the way. So, like I said, I have been on YouTube for a while, but I've never been consistent at uploading. Some of the challenges that I faced in the past. Number 1, making my videos too complicated. I am notorious for coming up with an idea and thinking like, oh, we can do this and we can do that. And I, get multiple cameras involved and have to screen record processes and then bring in all this separate footage and, everything gets way too complicated. The microphones, the multiple cameras, the color grading. And what happens is on the day that I'm filming, I get overwhelmed with all the steps and then I get frustrated with the process and I'm not happy with the end result. And then editing is also equally overwhelming, syncing everything up and just like, I'm just knee deep in footage. I need to bring things back to basics and make things more simple for me so that I can actually create more content. I'm not saying that I'm going to be cutting down on the quality of my content. I'm just saying that I need to really focus on simplifying the process. I can make one video a week that's maybe a little bit more complicated, but the other two need to be much more straightforward. I'm trying to get rid of the obstacles and the roadblocks here so that I actually create more content. The second problem that I had in the past was not planning my videos well enough. Again, I wasn't taking myself and my content that seriously, so I might come up with an idea, or I would say like, oh, I'm going to film on Friday, but I wouldn't actually take the time to plan out what I was going to film that well. I just had an idea, would walk into it, and then I'd be scrambling around. This created for, again, what I was referring to in the first problem, way too much footage and then overwhelming in the editing process. So my plan is going to be to come up with the topic, the title, and script everything out so that on the day of actually shooting, it's going to go way more easily, and editing should also be way easier. The third challenge was that I was not prioritizing YouTube. I would end up getting distracted by Instagram and TikTok, and I've just never really, again, committed to focusing on YouTube specifically. So this time around, 100% my main priority is YouTube. The next issue I had is a cliche, but it was not sticking to my niche. I'd started off with social media tips and tricks because I'm a social media manager, but then I was getting kind of overwhelmed with that. The videos that I was doing, were getting too complicated. So it kind of lost the fun for me. So then I started creating videos about creating cocktails and food. And that is an area I actually have quite a lot of experience and like knowledge and expertise in. But the problem with that was then I was jumping around from niche to niche. And although I might come back to that at some point or maybe create another channel, right now I'm not going to focus on cocktails because I've moved and I actually just don't have the space for it. So I'm going to go back to my first love and main focus, which is tips on video editing and content creation in general. The next problem that I had was I was really bad at not planning my thumbnail in advance. Again, we have all heard people say time and time again, pick your title and plan your thumbnail before you film. I found this very difficult to do for some reason. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. But then also I think because I was doing the cocktails, I was like, well, I can't create the thumbnail until I've made the cocktails. And again, I'm not like a professional bar, so I didn't want to do everything twice, or on separate days. So then I would just end up sort of throwing the thumbnail together. But this time I'm going to really prioritize and brainstorm the thumbnail because again, as all of the YouTube educators tell us, this is one of the keys to success. So I'm going to really give it a go and try that out. The other problem I had was that I didn't have a content planned. I would just film one video at a time. It's funny too, because obviously this is not how I work with clients. When I'm working with clients, we come up with a monthly content plan. We have got a strategy. We have all of our ideas. I go in, script them out, come up with the hook, all of those things. But I have never taken the time to do that for myself. And this made for an incredibly inconsistent posting schedule. So this time I'm going to try to plan out a month's worth of content in advance. So I have a strategy in place, thanks to Alexa. So the next step is going to be for me to plan out the next month's worth of content. I'm going to work on my script, and like I said, I'm going to plan my thumbnail, and I'm really going to try and remind myself to keep things simple so that I can actually achieve these goals. We do want to strive for greatness creatively, but we also just need to keep things realistic. We all have very busy lives, and we just need to work within our actual life parameters. Get ready for some tutorials and then some behind the scenes looks at analytics and some casual catch-up videos like this. My channel is really for the people out there that are laid back but like to do things correctly. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you want to delve into some quick tutorials now, you can check this playlist out here. And I hope to see you soon as we carry on this YouTube journey together.